So she has a history of making these different types of allegations, but then when the news comes out, it's just hashtag believe all woman. The man is guilty until proven innocent. Lock him up immediately. No trial, no jury, no discovery, just throw him behind bars.
Since I've started this channel, I have covered some degenerate pieces of filth, just vile, bottom of the barrel scum, willing to disgrace themselves by lying for self-confessed sex trafficking child predators and participating in harassment campaigns against victims listed in their ongoing human trafficking and rape cases. And now a new filthy piece of garbage has thrown his hat into the ring. At least he's new to me. The man goes by Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. The video that brought him to my attention was this one, which he uploaded several weeks ago under the title Andrew Tate sues ex-girlfriend for $50 million for defamation, where he discussed Andrew Tate's counter-lawsuit against Bri Stern.
I think that we all can agree as human beings that people who make false allegations onto others should face consequences. I go over case after case on this channel of woman accusing man of something that could ruin him. If not get him thrown behind bars, we find out that it's fake and that woman never receiving consequences for those actions. But in today's story, Andrew Tate's accuser, or false accuser I should say, may face severe and harsh penalties. Andrew Tate sues his accuser, Bri Stern, for $50 million for defamation. Now, if you guys remember, back in March of this year, this chick on the right publicly accused, and we're going to go over her accusations because you wouldn't believe how believable these accusations are, but accused Andrew Tate of assault as well as battery after they had been in like a 10-month relationship.
I should note that as I'm putting this video together, I found that this guy had deleted this video. But just quietly deleting the video weeks after the fact is not enough to stop me putting this one on blast. As you are about to see, this video was so bad. Let me play you a clip from this garbage video of Mr. Mediocre Tutorial Reviews reacting to Andrew Tate talking in a Twitter space about this situation. See if you can pick up what is seriously wrong with this clip.
And in fact, I think within this case, it was the Shannon Sharp protocol, all right? Engage in a BDSM-like relationship, get several marks on you, take some photos, claim as assault, cha-ching. Now, Tate, of course, at first denied all of the allegations, and he had a couple things to say about it. Let's listen.
Not sure, but she accused us of human trafficking, but she's accused 6 other men of the exact same crime.
Have they been arrested or tried?
One of them killed himself during the trial.
Whoa.
So this is a genuinely evil person.
Dark.
Not sure, but she accused us of human trafficking, but she's accused.
I know some of my viewers are very familiar with the Tate's cases and would have picked up what was insane about that clip. But for those that aren't aware, what this degenerate moron just showed you was Andrew Tate talking about a completely separate case involving a completely separate woman and attributing it to Bri Stern. Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews is a pathetic, useless hack. If you listen to that clip of Tate talking in that Twitter space in context, it is obvious that he is talking about the Tate's alleged trafficking victim from Florida, Jane Doe.
Andrew, can I ask, have you thought about any sort of countersuit against the people, the women that have come out with these allegations?
Yes, we have one ongoing now, and I would actually very much like my attorney, my American attorney, Joe McBride. You can follow him on Twitter. He's a hero.
Can he join us?
Let me see.
Join us right now?
Let me see if he's free now.
I'm sure you can't answer some of those legal questions, but you said there's an ongoing suit. Could you maybe detail what you are asking for in that suit? Are you asking for damages?
Yes, I have to be careful what I say because I believe there's an injunction. I can't say her name. I can't say certain things. But effectively, the girl who started all of this is a serial liar. And she accused us of human trafficking her, which is such a strange claim. we can go down the conspiracy rabbit hole that she was sent to do that. We can go down the conspiracy rabbit hole that Decault jumped on it because they wanted promotions. We're not sure, but she accused us of human trafficking. But she's accused 6 other men of the exact same crime.
Have they been arrested or
One of
tried?
them killed himself during the trial. So this is a genuinely evil person. And every single man she ever met, as soon as he didn't buy her a handbag, she accused them.
Of course, everything that Andrew said about Jane Doe in that clip was a ridiculous lie, and I've debunked it all countless times, but that's besides the point. This complete and utter clown showed a clip from this Twitter space from December last year, months before Bri Stern even filed her lawsuit against Tate, and pretended that this was Andrew Tate talking about Stern. The man has no integrity and clearly doesn't care about telling the truth to his audience, and he certainly didn't care about what hate, abuse, or threats he may have sent Bri Stern's way. All he cared about was twisting this into an opportunity to spread his tired, pathetic, childish, whiny, all women are out to get you rhetoric.
So she has a history of making these different types of allegations, but then when the news comes out, it's just hashtag believe all women. The man is guilty until proven innocent. Lock him up immediately. No trial, no jury, no discovery, just throw him behind bars.
After this absolute bottom of the barrel filth was brought to my attention, I posted a clip to Twitter with what I think is a very appropriate title, exposing a hack YouTuber. I tagged Bri Stern's lawyer Tony Busby, letting him know there was some pretty blatant and malicious defamation of his client. In my opinion, Busby responded in the thread saying he's the worst type of fool, ignorant and malicious. As I mentioned, this video from Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews has now been deleted. I'm not sure if it was a result of me bringing attention to it, if he got spooked by seeing the lawyer of the person he defamed in my replies, or if Tony Busby reached out to him directly, demanding that he take it down. But regardless, the damage this absolute buffoon has done to whatever his reputation was cannot be undone. Now we all know the perverted depths he is willing to sink to spread lies and propaganda for a self-confessed sex trafficking child predator. And having a look at his channel, I found that this was not the first time he has debased himself for Andrew Tate. On the 10th of July, Andrew Tate uploaded a psychotic video claiming that Jane Doe, who is based in Florida and one of the listed victims in his human trafficking case in Romania, had admitted to Decault that she had been paid in advance to file the police report. This of course is embarrassing, and I debunked it thoroughly at the time. For a start, the woman in question didn't file a police report that resulted in the raid on the Tate's compound. That is not how any of it happened. This was all ridiculous nonsense that no rational thinking adult would take seriously, but our mate, Moronic Tutorials and Reviews, reacted to it and took it very seriously. Get a load of this.
The girl who initially accused my brother and I of human trafficking 3.5 years ago has just admitted to Decault that she was paid in advance before she made the police report, $100,000 to make the report, and the money came from a USAID-funded NGO designed to combat human trafficking. Why would you pay somebody before they make a police report $100,000 to combat human trafficking unless you were actually trying to set us up? She then admits that after she took the money, she flew here, made the police report, and after only 3 days in Romania, she was flown to the south of France. The flights, hotels, and budget for her stay there was all paid for by the same NGO. And we have the fucking paperwork.
Oh,
The girl
all right. But if this true, this is so damn crazy and perfectly demonstrates this matrix that Andrew has always maintained. Either the girl was a fraud from the beginning and got in touch with this organization in an attempt to get money, claiming that Andrew Tate trafficked her, and then they just initiated the process with little to no evidence, supporting evidence, proof that it actually happened. Or there's some like deep cover shit where there's a secret 007 agent that's like paying people behind closed doors, and the front is this at least at first glance, well-intentioned organization, and they're getting men caught up all over the world. And just one of their last ones, or the latest ones, was Andrew Tate, paying people to make these allegations to stop certain men from continuing to rise. Say whatever that you want about the Tate brothers. Agree with them, don't agree, love them, hate them. The one thing that we can agree on is that if this is true, this shit ain't right.
The flights, hotels, and budget for her stay there was all paid for by the same NGO.
Yo, that is so crazy. The timing of this is ridiculous. Why would the NGO pay her prior to the police report? How would the NGO already have the funds to set up flights and hotels? How would all of this shit takes time, and it should take evidence. It should take police reports. It should take judges. It should take a lot more than that. But yet again, another example of the government utilizing tax dollars to fund bullshit. They just give the money away, our hard-earned money, for these NGOs to just make shit up. They can make up shit to take certain people down, or at least try to. But just as Andrew has always said, if he ever ends up dead, he didn't kill himself.
Just embarrassing. Like a full-blown 12-year-old Hustlers University student. As I mentioned, this is the first time I've learnt of the Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews channel, so I can only give my first impression of what I think this guy's deal is. And my first impression is that he's a grifter, that he doesn't care about his audience, perhaps even hates his audience, wants to keep them miserable and terrified of women screwing them over, so he can rake in those views and line his pockets. Another possibility, of course, is that he's actually as much of a moron as he presents himself as, which is very possible. Of course, he could even be being paid by Tate, or be a closet war room member, lying for his glorious leader. Regardless of what is going on in his head, the man has nearly 900,000 subscribers. At what point do you have to take some responsibility for the shit that you broadcast on your channel? Congratulations, John, you are now on my radar. The next time you try to lie to and mislead your audience about this topic, you can be rest assured that I will be here once again making a fool of you.